Hello, everyone. I am excited to say that we had an amazing time at the C-Suite Leadership Retreat at the Oberoi in Marrakech, Morocco. You know what? The treatment was beyond 5-star. The feedback is just amazing. The content of the discussions, paradigm shifted. Just 2 days, right? And it's been an amazing time of pulling away for C-suite leaders and founders and CEOs. And everybody is going home with a paradigm shift, with new ideas to execute. So I would like to say a big thank you to everyone who's been a part of our C-Suite Leadership Retreat 2024. And it's my pleasure to announce from the 8th to the 11th of July, 2025, we'll be having the C-Suite Retreat in Dubai. Everyone who attended this year is signing up to come next year. Some of the people who were not here are already signing up to be there. Our numbers must remain small. So my encouragement, sign up right away. Go on my Linktree and just find the link and sign up right away, because we are so sure that in a very short time, all the slots that we have will be taken. So I look forward to seeing you in Dubai in 2025 to your success.
The C-Suite retreat is amazing. I mean, it's just mind-blowing. The high level of excellence, the first-class treatment is exceptional.
It's been so wonderful. It was strategic.
Every session has been powerful, and I will definitely come back next year.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are joining us from. Right. I can see Divine from Abuja and Bemi Sola from Oyo State and Sam from Kumasi. Yes, I'm looking forward to being at the Dolos conference in Accra about 2 weeks from now. I hope to be able to bring some copies of Shifts. Yes, that is in the plan. I pray it works out. And Precious from Nigeria and Shegun from Glasgow, Scotland, Adebowale from Ondo State, Adeyemi, yes, from Lokoja, Pastor Team from Chicago, thank you. Yano from Benin, Alaolu from Lagos, Mike from Ghana, Emmanuel from Akure, Clement from Lagos, yes, Mike Ghana, thank you. Tinashe Philip from Zimbabwe, wow, amazing. Fortress is in Abuja, Onesmus is in Kenya, Kofi is in Togo, Ebenezer in Lagos. Accra is waiting. Thank you, Michael. I will be in Ghana twice in 1 week. Come on, what's going on in Ghana? There's a shift happening there. Aya from Lagos and David from Nigeria. Oladipupo is from Manchester. Tolulope from Lekki. This is amazing, right? It's a global shift that is happening. It's a global shift that is happening. Well, who was with us at the Shift Leadership Conference, Lagos 2025? Wow. It was amazing. It was amazing. Thank you. Tolulope, thank you. Yes, Ibrahim from Port Harcourt, Godson, Ondo. Hamid from Senegal, Dakar, Senegal. Amazing. Kenny is from Seychelles. Isn't this amazing? Wow. This is really global community, a global leadership community. Thank you, Tolulope. So, yeah, you were at the Shift conference in Lagos. How was it? Faith is joining us from Canada. Wow, thank you. Thank you. Oh, Ebenezer says it was a live shifting conference. Thank you. Now I'm shy. But release is saying happy birthday. That all the month of February will be celebrating. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Opayemi. Love you too. Oh, Feby is joining us from Vienna, Austria. Ain't that amazing? Oh, my good friend and LA, thank you. Long time no see. Anne is amazing, right? She's a big part of the Shift movement, of the making of the Shift movement and the Shift book. Thank you. Thank you, Mujisola. Amazing. Uncle Joel, you were there in spirit. That's nice. Right? Raymond, nice to see you again after the Shift conference. It was a shift. Let's put it like that. It was the first time we would be running a training program for Success Power and Samademi GLC in 5 years. First time in Nigeria in 5 years. So, and it came back way bigger, right? Way bigger. Whoa, it was a blast. And we're warming up for 2026 already. Thank you. Thank you, Philip. Says, I want to thank you for changing my perspective on ministry and church. On church growth, I was focusing on the wrong thing. I'm grateful from there. I started following you. Oh, wow. Oh, that's so humbling, right? That's it. People underestimate the value of knowledge and especially of wisdom. It's more than money. To know what to do. It's amazing. And wisdom is usually counterintuitive. So a lot of the time, the very thing you're doing that you think will lead you to success is the thing that is working against you. And the difference is going to be knowledge and wisdom. Thank you so much. That's so touching. I appreciate it. Thank you, Benga, for the compliment. Oh, Tolu Lopez says, I felt the shift before the day. Yes. It was an earthquake. And you're reading the book. Yes, everyone on this call. Have you gotten your copy yet? Shifts, 6 steps to transform your mindset and elevate your leadership. It's now in the bookstores. In the UK, Waterstone at the top, bookstores across the country. In USA, it's available in Walmart, Barnes & Noble, Target, and of course, online. Amazon is there, and other online places. And in Australia, we've checked it. It's available at the Living Bookshops in Australia. It's amazing. Go to grab your copy now while it's hot. Powerful principles, right? The SHIFT is an acronym for see, hear, insight, formulate, transform, and succeed. It's a methodology. a transformation methodology, practical transformation methodology that I have applied over and over. I've applied to our organizations. I've taught it to thousands of people who have applied, the methodology, the principles, with amazing testimonials. The only thing, though, is it has never been presented in this format. This is new, fresh, backed with powerful research. And the beautiful thing about the book, myself and the editors agreed, we agreed this book had to be practical. It had to be, the content had to be something that the reader could apply to their lives immediately. And if you want people to be able to apply something, tell them, use stories, use illustrations. So you have powerful stories in here. Some you've heard from me before, some you've never heard before. And you'll see the icons there. You'll see the lesson. You'll see the application, the icon for the application. So with that, we guide you at each step. You know exactly what you're going to read in the next few paragraphs. So you have this one here. That's application, right? Exactly. So you have the application, you have the exercise, you have the stumbling blocks to the application, and then each chapter ends with the key takeaways. All the chapters have them like that. So honestly, amazing. Amazing. So grab your copy. Also, this is the other beautiful part. Just in case it may be a bit difficult for you to lay hold on the hard copy, the ebook is ready. The ebook is available now. The ebook is available. Oh, Okoyemi, thank you. Amazing. Okoyemi said, oh yes, I got 5 copies for my employers. Wow. Thank you. Now that's leadership. Right? There are several books I have read, and that's part of the principles in this book. There are several books I have read and bought copies for all the people in my management, right? Very, very important. Very important. Oh, one of our clients ordered for 1,000 copies for his employees, right? 1,000. Oh, yes. Okay, so the shift journey has just started. The ebook, if you have access to Amazon Kindle, is available on Kindle or Wiley.com. Wiley.com, right? You search for shifts. Right, Sam Adeyemi, and you'll see it there. And it's even cheaper. And the beautiful thing about the ebook, you read it instantly. You start reading immediately. Oh, by the way, the audio book is on the way. The audio book is on the way. And the publishers gave us the release date. It's May 6th, 2026. May 6th, the audio book for Shifts will be released worldwide. And it's the largest distributor for audiobooks in the world that is producing and releasing it. Wow. All right. Let me, so what we normally do, we are a community, right, of leaders first. So why do we have poor quality leadership at a global level, right? Because the subject of leadership is not very well understood. For a long time, people have associated leadership only with positions. And that's a big mistake. It is not only the occupying of a position that makes you a leader. right? Okay, thank you. What an amazing book. You poured your heart into it. Absolutely. 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 Because honestly, the publishers did an amazing job, especially my editor, right? One of the major things you've got to do, one of the major things you've got to do if you want to make your mark in this world is for you to find your voice and then for you to define your message, right? So if you are able to look at the things you've been doing, especially areas where you've gotten consistent result, and to identify the unique steps, the unique process or processes that you apply, you've adapted, you've learned, and you've applied with time. That's your methodology. You've discovered a methodology and you can teach it to the whole world. Now, when it is something you have practiced with consistent results, when you say it with passion because you're absolutely convinced. You say it with conviction. That's what's happening with me and the Shifts message. It's not new. It's not a new invention, right? When you read the book, you see the stories there. I've been applying the principles for 3 to 4 decades, right? But then what the editor did was to tease the methodology out of me, right? Because she said, right? She said, there's got to be something in the book that they cannot find anywhere else. That's it. So, and I'm telling you, you've got some methodologies too that you need to share with the world. You just pay attention, calm down, and you reflect carefully. So this book is me. It's every word, it's a part of me, right? And I am absolutely convinced that there will be a lot of transformation stories coming out of this shift methodology. There will be, because principles have no respect for persons. So we devote the first 4 chapters to explaining the shifts principles, right? The first chapter is the power of shifts, and then the next 3 chapters, we take 2 of the steps in each chapter. And then when you get to chapter 5, then I write on personal shifts. And then another chapter on organizational leadership shifts at the personal and at the team and organizational levels. And then you have the global shift, the whole chapter. And there I apply the shift methodology to nations, whole nations. That tells you what the vision is, right? I know it's crazy, but I'm going to see some nations change. We're going to see some nations transform. Now, it's not me now, but us. Us, because we are a community and we are a movement. Okay. Thank you, Sam. Yes, you are what you repeatedly see and hear. That's the foundation principle for everything. What you see and hear consistently over time will enter your heart. And whatever enters your heart has entered your life. It puts your life on autopilot. When anything stays long enough in your conscious mind, it sinks to the subconscious. That's the one we call the heart. Once it gets in there, it's like the seed in the soil that just broke down, that decayed, and a new plant came out of it. Your creativity will be unleashed. Creativity. You will produce new things we've never seen before, new families, new organizations, new products, new services that we've never seen before. It's amazing. You literally create a new world, not only for yourself, but for others. Okay. What stores in Lagos sell the book? Roving Heights. Presently, it's at Roving Heights. Roving Heights has physical stores in Lagos and Abuja. The beautiful thing also about Roving Heights is they deliver everywhere in Nigeria. So please check on the social media platforms, including LinkedIn and Instagram and Twitter at Roving Heights, okay? At Roving Heights. Pick their information and you can order your book and they'll deliver anywhere in Nigeria. Secondly, you can get copies to buy at Family First Bookshop. It's located within the premises of Daystar Christian Center, Ikosi Road, Oregon, Lagos. Right. Amazing. Okay. Thank you. The principles are powerful, right? The principles are powerful. At first, they look like coincidences. They look like magic, right? But then they're just principles. They work. Okay. So let me share something briefly, like we normally do here. So remember, for us in this community, leadership is the ability to influence one or more people to achieve goals. The ability to influence one or more people to achieve goals. What's the key word there? Influence. Ability to influence. Ability to influence is to affect someone or something. It is to have the capacity to alter their state. Every human being has the capacity. A lot of people do not develop it. A lot of people are not intentional about how they use it. Many people develop it and use it for the wrong reasons, right? Okay. So many prefer to be influenced than to influence, and they complain about the kind of a world that we have. The only way to dispel darkness is to shine your light, right? That's it. You've got to do your bit. So in our community, we know that there's something called average leadership quotient. At the end of the day, let's say it's a basketball team with 5 players or 5 or 6 players. A soccer team with 11 players on the field. You can have 1 star player, every other person is a mediocre. They're not going to achieve any consistent success. I promise you that. So at the end of the day, it is the average quality that will determine the result that will be consistent. It's the same thing with leadership. Many people don't know. We hang everything on the people at the top. That's why we have such high hopes, especially when we have those elections and so on. We raise our hopes so high because we're always looking for messiahs. Well, you are the messiah at the end of the day. It's the average leadership quotient. That's what it's going to be like with time. So thank you, Dr. Yusuf, joining us from Marrakech, Morocco. At the moment, Professor Yusuf, fantastic. Thank you. We were at Marrakech. If you joined us early enough, you would have seen the advert for our C-suite leadership retreat that is holding in Dubai in July. Well, last July, we were at Marrakech. So those beautiful pictures that you saw, beautiful place. Anyway, if you're hearing a smoke alarm, it's absolutely not from here. So maybe there's some powerful things going on the internet. Well, thank you though. Thank you for your concern. Thank you for the care. I appreciate it. So it's part of the reason why I wrote this book. Okay. Very simple language. So I wrote it in such a way that, did you notice the colors? Leadership books don't usually come in beautiful, bright colors like this, right? Usually serious looking colors, right? Darker colors. Made this is so beautiful and bright. Why? Because leadership has to be a subject that everybody takes seriously and understands about. That's our community. We believe that everyone can lead. Everyone has the capacity to lead. Everyone has the capacity to lead. Oh, thank you, Ambassador Dr. Stephen. Says he wants to register for the Dubai Summit. So just send us an email, info@SamAdeyemiGLC. We'll type it, right? We'll put it on the screen. info@SamAdeyemiGLC.com. info@SamAdeyemiGLC.com. We'll pick it up from there. All right. Good. Okay. So in our community, we believe that everyone can lead. So that's why we're running those conferences. That's why we run these as often as we can. I usually try to do this on Mondays, as often as I can. Yes, on Mondays. Yeah, that's correct. Thank you. On Mondays, as often as I can. Everybody needs to know how to be able to lead. Come on. Okay. So I'm going to talk for a few minutes. This is how we normally do it. And then I'm going to take questions, right? So we'll make it a conversation, not a one-way thing, right? Amalolaf says, I saw that Ships is being sold on eBay in the UK. Is it legit? I hope so. We're going to check. And if I think anything is funny, I'll report to the publishers. Okay. It's been sold everywhere. Thank you, Joshua, for joining us from Benin City. Thank you, El Waliu Abubakar. Thank you for joining us again from Muscat, Oman. I hope to visit that country someday. It's a beautiful country. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Samuel Ekundayo Owoleye. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you for the compliments, right? He says, grateful to Dr. Sam Adeyemi's leadership and impact. I'm currently in a live session with Dr. Sam Adeyemi, and I just want to take a moment to appreciate the incredible work he's doing in shaping leaders, organizations, and mindsets across the globe. His teachings on vision, leadership, and transformation continue to inspire and empower countless individuals, including myself. His ability to break down complex leadership principles into actionable wisdom is truly remarkable. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate. Thank you. Oh, Professor Yusuf also says he's interested in the Dubai conference. So, Prof, kindly just send us an email and just indicate I'm interested in the Dubai conference. We'll pick it up from there. info@samadeyemiglc.com. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Victor Musa says, well done, sir. Still growing with modern tech of information and deliverables. I listened to you over 12 to 15 years via the radio station. And since then, I key in to follow you in any handle I find you. Oh, wow. Right. Thank you. Changing with the changing times. It was radio. I started 30 years ago. It was radio, reaching thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Well, the world has changed in massive ways since then. And this is really part of why I'm making a big noise about leadership, because it actually helps you to navigate change. That's the essence of leadership, right? Leadership is influencing people to go from A to B. Now, going from point A to point B, that's change, right? That's the essence of leadership. So thank you. Thank you. A lot of people that belong to our community are going to be active online in the next few months and years. Your voice has got to be heard, okay? Yes, Sam, we can intentionally change what people see and hear consistently. Okay, so this is the point. Why did I write this book, right? Culture and transformation, right? Culture and transformation. Culture and transformation. That's why I wrote the book. It's about culture and transformation. Like I said earlier on, most transformation efforts change at the personal, individual, organizational, and national levels. How many of us are old enough to have had promises from leaders, especially political leaders, promises, and then you find out 4 years after things are still exactly the same? They said the more things change, the more they remain the same, right? It doesn't start from the collective. It actually starts from the individual level. So many people made New Year resolutions this year, right? At the beginning of this year, made so many New Year resolutions, and those resolutions right now have had accidents. Sorry to put it that way. Normal, right? Experience for most people. Dashed hopes, dashed aspirations. Why? Because the human being is a programmable creature. We are programmed. We are designed for programming, right? And the challenge, therefore, is that we want to change our outcomes without changing the programming. But you remember GIGO in computer terminology, garbage in, garbage out. Well, let me use another word. BIBO, blessings in, blessing out, or SISO, success in, success out. Okay? We can be programmed positively and negatively. Okay. So when a human is programmed, I said, when the thought stays long enough in your conscious mind, it drops to the subconscious level. And once it gets there, you're not the one controlling it anymore. It's the one controlling you. The mind, your mind is always working, trying to solve problems, trying to deal with issues. But when you've dealt with an issue, right, and you found what works, and each time you work it, like driving a car, right, you figured it out, and you've done it over and over and over and over, you know what your mind does? When it becomes routine like that, your mind pushes it down to the subconscious level. We call it second nature. You don't have to think about it, right? But you do it. So that one that has gone to the subconscious level, that influences your thinking without you thinking, right? You will think you are thinking, but you're not thinking. It is the program, right, that is running. We call it habit for the individual. When it's a group of people, then we call it culture. The way we have evolved to do things around here, to respond to certain situations and circumstances. And that, so we call it shared norms or behavior that rests on shared beliefs and shared mindsets. Okay? I'm saying in shifts that it is only leaders that can change the shared mindsets, the shared beliefs, and shared norms and behaviors. Those are the leaders that will be able to create sustainable change in our world. So if you're going to be that kind of a leader, you've got to take the word culture seriously. Okay? Take the word culture seriously. Be intentional in building it. Be intentional in building it. It applies to the family. Be intentional in building it. Where do you start from? Oh, your shared aspirations. Your shared aspirations. We call it vision, right? All right. I want my team to also pay attention. Okay, Sam Lawrence from the UK also wants to register for the Dubai conference. Please do send us an email, Sam, please. We'll pick it up from there. Once we get your email, we'll pick it up from there. Okay. info@samadeyemiglc.com. We'll pick it up from there. All right. Good. Okay, I'm gonna let you know when I'm ready to take the questions in just a few minutes. Right. Let me just land this point. Let me just land this point that you have to be able to shift people's mindsets. Okay, before we get to people, you, Thomas Isufu, joining us from Niamey, Niger Republic. Are you my pastor friend in Niger? God bless you, right? I've been to Niger before, right? Okay. So I spoke to some leaders there. They're doing amazing things. Okay, so like I've been asking myself, how do you change the mind of a nation? How do you change the mind of a whole nation? And that's why I have a chapter on it in this book, right? Because I have my proposal. So, but this is where to start. All leadership starts with personal leadership. All leadership starts with personal leadership. Have you been able to shift your own mindset? And once you do it, then it's something you never want to start, right? Change what you see and hear consistently. And my point is that the thing that goes in through your eyes and ears, we call it knowledge, or we call it information. You break down information you have in and formation. And I propose that whatever it is that is going in through your eyes and ears will never leave you the same, because you are a programmable creature, especially when it is consistent. It will not leave you the same. Think of all the adverts that you know by heart. Think of all the songs you know by heart that you did not cram, you did not memorize. Yeah, at an unconscious level, on a daily basis. Something is being reinforced. Some pictures are being reinforced inside you. Some knowledge, some thoughts, some mindsets, some beliefs are being reinforced every single day. And it's except some are shifted. Things are not, your decisions are not going to shift, your actions are not going to shift. But then you've got to apply this to a group, right? You've got to apply this to a group. So define the aspirations for your team. That's the starting point. At whatever level you are at in your leadership, please always define where we're going. Define the possibilities that you see. Okay, that's very important. And that's why it's difficult. If you have not developed the culture of reading, for example, of attending seminars, of having a mentor, right? Or having mentors, people who have achieved what you're trying to achieve. And when you look at them, you get inspired. You get inspired. Just looking at them proves what is possible, because it occurs to you they don't have 2 heads, they don't have 4 hands, they don't have 10 legs. They're exactly like you. Come on, if they can do it, why can't you do it? Right? So you've got to keep having those experiences. One of the things I suggest in the book, you got to go to places you've not gone before, places that inspire you. I encourage even travel. But before you even travel, how about within your city, right? So, and so this is the point. You're here, you're part of this live. Oh, well, what would I like to tell you? If I can do it, you can do it too. I went on radio afraid 30 years ago. The earlier you start, the better, right? Face your fears. But you've got to make up your mind. You're not going to be in this world like a wheelbarrow, not going further than other people push you. No, you have to overcome inertia. You have to be the one pushing other people's wheelbarrows, bringing improvement to other people's lives. And maybe, That's where I want to stop for today. But let me emphasize that thing about aspiration. Where next? What's the next level? There's got to be a dream, right? You've got to have an idea. That's what you sell to other people. That's what inspires people. People are always concerned about the future. People are always concerned about the future. People are always concerned. Will we do the Shift conference in Canada? Possible. We're discussing it. However, I can guarantee you we have a Shift conference in North America, September 13 at Maryland, USA. That's what is guaranteed at this point. The other bit for Canada, we're discussing it. Either it will be the Shift conference or our Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable. All right, but we'll let you know. Definitely, we'll let you know. Okay, so you want to develop the capacity for vision. I'll tell you one basic requirement: be free from self-centeredness. Be free from thinking only about yourself. That will always limit your capacity to dream. Once you start thinking for 10 people, let's say it's how to get food. There's a difference between looking for food for 10 people and looking for food only for yourself. You see, factoring other people, being the problem solver, being the one that will supply, that will meet people's needs. It expands your vision, expands your reach. That's how to get the vision. And then when you say it, because people want to know where to go, people want direction for their lives, you become a source of inspiration. All right, that's the starting point, right? You learn to talk to people. You learn to communicate that vision to other people, okay? You want to be able to have influence with people. That's the starting point. And I want to encourage us. If you've done it at the personal level, it's time to do it with other people, the team. If you've done it at the team level, organizational level, and if you've done organizational, it's time for us to go national. Okay, yeah, develop a vision that is big enough for your nation, right? It could be in your industry, it could be in your area of specialization, but at least go national in your thinking. And if you've done national, then come join us on the global dimension, right? I was excited to be at Belize about 4 weeks ago, the beautiful Central American nation of Belize. And I was speaking at the Global Leadership Summit. Of course, I shared the Shift principles with passion. I had 3 sessions. So the first one was on personal shift. The second one was on organizational shifts the first day. And the news just went around town. And then the second day, I did national shifts, discussing with them about how it's important to have a Belizean dream and the steps to take to propagate the vision, the dream, and to actualize it. Yes, I'm looking forward to the transformation of nations. Okay, let me check. I think I have some questions here already. Philip is asking, how best can one navigate with a ministry starting and also doing business without breaking the other? How did you do this? Oh, time, right? Time, and your priorities. Time and your priorities. So you have to devote time to both. But obviously, since you're going to be very busy from scratch, then you've got to think leverage. You've got to think leverage. You've got to think systems from scratch. You've got to think leadership from scratch. You will need to work with people. You will need to delegate some things if you don't want to be falling sick, right? So you need to be delegating quite a bit to other people. So recruitment is something you start from day one. On the ministry side, recruitment is something you start from day one. Talk to one person, download your vision on them with passion. Talk to the second person, talk to the third person. That's how Jesus Christ did, right? That's what he did from scratch, recruiting people, because the work is too much for one person to do. So that will give you a lot of peace of mind, right? And then you train them as fast as you can, dump the work on them, sink or swim, right? And on the business side, you will have to do that too if the business is also going to grow. I hope that helps. Good. Sam says, you have shaped our lives a lot. We hope to hear your voice in the Enugu conference. Yay. I say amen to that, right? Pastor Tim says, we know Peter stepped off the boat, but what are some of the things that we can do to move forward in life coming from a background of no encouragement? Yeah, so this is the point, right? Personal leadership. It's personal. You've got to encourage yourself, right? Personal leadership. That was what David did. So you would see that King David in the Bible, when he was a teenager, while his brothers were in the city, enlisted in the army, David was sent to the bush, right, to care for his father's sheep. So David knew isolation. David knew isolation. What was supposed to be a disadvantage for him, he turned into an advantage. It's amazing. It shows you the power of perspective in this world, right? That life is fluid. It is not fixed. It is how you see it that matters. So they say, some look at, perfect illustration, my glass cup. I ask you to describe it. Someone says, oh, it's half empty. Another person says, oh, it's half full. I say, okay, so what's your focus in this life? Is it on the emptiness or on the fullness? You find out that what you focus on is what expands. It's amazing the way life works. What you focus on is what expands. So when you focus on what you don't have, it increases feelings of anxiety, doubt, low self-esteem, and powerlessness. When you focus on what you have, however little it may be, you'll be amazed that it builds your self-esteem because you believe that you have. And then it fuels your creativity because you begin to see possibilities of what you can do, and you can get what you want from what you have, right? So I would say the way David, turned the disadvantage into an advantage, focusing. So being in the city has its plus side because you have other people to relate with, but it also has its downside because most of those people distract you from God. David, not having the advantage of mixing with people, turns the total focus on God, and eventually God would say, that's the only person that can lead the nation my own way. Isn't that amazing? So the day that he went out on a raid with his band, with his team, and they came back and their city had been attacked by some raiders, the whole city was completely razed down. They took their wives, they took their children, they took all of their goods. And what you read there in the Bible in 1 Samuel chapter 30 is the fact that all those soldiers wept until they did not even have strength to weep anymore. Then their conversation, they said, moved to them looking for ways to stone David, their boss, their commander, to death. See, when we're negative, I said, focusing on the fullness, on what you have, fuels your creativity in a positive way. So when our thinking is negative, the ideas we create are dangerous ideas. They were talking about stoning David to death. But one verse was the turning point. 1 Samuel 30, verse 6. And David encouraged himself in the Lord his God. And the moment he did, a creative idea came to him, right? To pray, ask the priest, pray, ask God, should we go after those people? Will we recover everything? And the answer came expressly, go after them, you will recover everything. And that was exactly what happened. So this change started with change of attitude. And that's why we leaders have to be incurable optimists. We've got to be resilient. People who never give up, who believe there will always be a way. Wow, I hope that helped someone. Oh, thank you. KSO Vibes. I grew up listening to Success Power 750 every morning. Thank you. Isaac joined us from Kumasi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Angel is asking, Akpan F. Young, Angel, is it possible to lead a group of people who don't believe in your abilities? Usually that's where you start from. Your ability to sell them a vision, sell them a new idea, right? Your ability to sell them a new idea. That's the essence. We leaders are into selling. We sell ideas. Come on. And selling is a skill. So if you're starting with those people who don't look like it, that's usually how leadership starts. If you look at accomplished leaders and you see the amazing people around them, don't let that fool you into thinking, oh, that's the ideal scenario. You're supposed to always, a leader is supposed to have fantastic people working around. It doesn't work like that. It takes a lot of investment in people for you to get to that point where you say, hey, where you say, come, expecting one person and 2 or 3 people show up at the same time. It takes a long time to get there, a long time of investing in people, right? Yes, it's possible for you to start with a group of people who have a lot of doubts. See, that they don't believe in your abilities is not your problem. It's actually their problem. It is a result of the trauma they've experienced in their lives. Their vision is skewed. Their perspective to life is warped and all that. And it is you, the leader, that will bring the beautiful qualities out of them with time. You will have to take a lot of, should I say rubbish? They're going to hurt you. They're going to offend you, just like children. You'll be surprised. Just like children, if a child wheezes on you, you don't throw the child away or flush the child down the toilet, right? You will need to hang around people. If you're going to be successful in leadership, you need to hang around people and keep working at seeing improvement in their lives. How can one cope with leading someone greater than you in age or status? That's one of the major experiences I have had. I remember when I was an engineering student and I was part of this group. I was elected into elected or appointed into the executive group, and I was the youngest person, yet I was the president, right? And I what I just learned was you've got to be the standard in character and in competence, right? In character and in competence, but put the character one first. If you are asking people to do what you're not going to do, they will lose respect for you, especially the ones that are older. People don't have a problem following you in spite of your age if you are a model of character. And if you learn fast on the job, if you aspire to be good, if you know your onions, wisdom is something you should pray for every single day. That's no respect for age. A young person can have it if the person's heart is open and we're humble enough, right? And then maybe I should add this finally on the wisdom scope. The fact that you're the leader does not automatically mean you're supposed to be the smartest person in the room. I say that a leader is only a broker of talents, just a broker. Of what use are all those people around you? Ask them the questions. Ask them the question. By the time you summarize the ideas from other people, they will say you are very smart. Yeah, it happened to me when I was in school. Yes. It happened to me when I was in school. Okay. At the time when I was struggling with mathematics, it just happened that my classmates believed that I was very good in mathematics, so they would come to me with the problems. Somehow I just started with confidence. Okay, so what should we do first? Somebody supplies it, I write it. And then I get an idea about the next step. I write it. Somebody says, oh, do this. I say, exactly. I do it. At the end of the day, we get a solution. And then they go around with the belief that I'm smart. Whereas I just collected ideas from them, right? Yes. That's what to do when you have older people or smarter people around you. It's actually, should I say, commendable that you attract people older than you. Yes. Victor is asking me, I know the secrets to your knowledge about leadership teaching. I studied. That's the way to acquire knowledge, right? I study and I apply. So you will see that I've built organizations, right? I study and I apply. So I've gotten formal education, right? I got formal education. So in the leadership area, I got my master's degree, even though I started from engineering, and I got my doctoral degree. I'm a doctor of strategic leadership, right? So that's one side. On the other side, you have your informal education, right? So I'm always reading. I have hundreds of books on leadership, hundreds, right? I read, I apply, I attend conferences, I attend seminars, I have coaches, I have mentors and all that. Yeah. Adetutu is asking, how can I become more aware of negative thoughts as they arise and effectively shift my focus without getting distracted? Are there specific strategies or exercises you recommend for building this mental habit? Write down the negative thoughts. Yes, they classify them, right? Then say, instead of thinking this, I will think that. Instead of thinking this, I will think that. With that, you programmed your mind to believe that something is wrong with these particular thoughts. When they hit your mind, this is how it happened for me, right? I'd made up my mind, I'm not going to think this way anymore. I'm going to think this way. And sometimes I just find out I am already thinking on the negative. The moment I remember, I stop, right? And then I apply whatever it is I have decided to do to disrupt that thought. Sometimes I shout, sometimes I pray, sometimes I stand up, I jump up, right? But I do something to disrupt that thought process. Then I switch to the alternative that I provided. Nature abhors a vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum. You don't change a habit by saying, I won't do this anymore. It doesn't work like that. Okay. It fills your mind even more with that thing you said you will not do. So you identify what you will use to replace it. Instead of thinking, I'm going to think that, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to jump up, up and down 10 times. Just have a replacement, right? Olasumbo is asking, when are you going to do the Shift conference in Canada? Okay, I think I answered that. Don't worry. Either the Shift conference or the Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable, we'll let you know as soon as we can, as soon as we're sure. Thank you, Jeremiah. Oh, thank you, John from Kenya. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Yes. I'm delivering a presentation at the SLS in Benin this Thursday. Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel from Manchester. Amazing. Thank you. When am I coming to the UK? We'll be working that out. We'll put out something, a test, right? To know whether many people want us to come to the UK or not. We go where we're needed. Sam is asking, Shift Conference Lagos was powerful. Hope it's now a yearly event. Yes, it is. The Shift Conference Lagos will happen again in 2026. Martha Rios says, please come to Canada. Okay. Thank you, Christopher from Cameroon. Amazing. Thank you. Good. Richard says, we're waiting for you in Ghana with Dr. Mensa Otobil. That's a man I have tremendous respect for. Exactly 2 weeks, right? No, it's not even up to. Yep. 2 weeks and 2 days. I'll be speaking there in Accra, Ghana, live. Fantastic. Tope is asking, do you do one-on-one mentorship or Zoom meetings with other people? And Tope is in Georgia. Yes, I do. Yes, I do coaching. When I started my consulting practice 7 years ago, I had to check all the work I've been doing, all the development and training I'd acquired, self-development and everything, and just ask myself, where can I be most effective right now? So remember, I've been on radio, I've been on TV across several nations. I've just come to appreciate, and with the doctoral degree in strategic leadership, I've come to appreciate the role of the leaders at the top. Their impact is just outsized. So I'm devoting more of my time now to C-level leaders. So yes, I do coaching. Usually it's on annual retainership. Usually, some people are not sure, right? So they want to check. So I agreed to do 3 months for a start. So if you want to know more about that, please also send us an email, info@samadiemiglc.com. Just say, I'm interested in coaching, right? And then we'll get talking and see what will work for you. How does one avoid gift projections from others? Develop your gifts and develop confidence in them. If you don't, most people don't have confidence in their own gifts, right? So run the tests online, right? As many tests as you can, personality tests and so on. If you're in this church space like I am, I say run ministry gift test, spiritual gift test. Just Google them. You see those tests online, run them. It's amazing. Those psychometric tests are just amazing because they show you what is special about you. They show you your strengths. They show you your weaknesses. So for me, why do you call something a gift? It means you can't pay for it. It's a gift. If it's there, it's there. If it's not there, it's not there. There's no professor of music that can put music inside you. No, they can only help you to cultivate what is there. And when you operate in the area of your gifts, you look like a magician. You put in the same effort other people are putting in, and then you get unusual results, right? So, but when you've not taken enough time, one, to identify your gifts, and then to test them, to take risks on them, to practice them, then you don't have confidence in them. That's when it's easy for other people to project themselves on you and to want to make you to achieve success their own way. No, there isn't. There is your own way of achieving success, and it's built around your own unique qualities. So it's too late for someone to project any gift on me right now because I found mine. I discovered my gifts, right? And I've developed them. And the goal was to go world class, right? All right, we're almost there. We're almost there. Oh my God, there's so many questions, so many questions. Anyway, we'll be back next Monday, so we'll have to stop somewhere. But let me take just a few more, right? Just one or two more. Toluwala is asking, please, what does thinking in systems mean? Well, it just means that your thinking is more composite, not linear, one way. Okay, this is what I mean. The human body runs on systems. So when I say breathing, some people only think of the nose. So I say they think parts. But when you think of the whole thing that has to do with taking in oxygen and bringing out carbon dioxide, then you are doing systems thinking because a system is a group of parts. See, the part is only one, but the system is a group of parts that carry out a particular function, right? So that's what it means to, your thinking is more composite when you think systems. It will help you to understand people better, help you to understand organizations better and how they work. Thank you, Fidelis. Ebenezer says, How does one build a team to help fulfill one's vision? The answer is a seminar. Okay, so why do you need a team? Very important to answer that question. Why? Why do you need more than one person to get the job done? When you need one, that's fantastic. It means that your ideas, your vision, your idea or your vision is bigger than what one person can do. That's the reason why you need a team. You are going for a goal or project that needs more than the resources of one person. Okay. So the next thing, be clear about the goals, about the vision, about the objectives. Next, sell the vision to people, sell the idea to people, communicate the vision, right? And repeat the reason why you are there over and over and over and over and over. Okay. Define the standards or should I say the values that will govern the behavior on the team. That's very important. You have to agree on shared values and behavior, okay, on the team. Make sure that you celebrate each person's individuality. Make sure that you are resolving conflicts. Make sure you are influencing people to see others in a positive light, because human nature is sometimes has the potential to be negative, and if you are not intentional about that, the group dynamics can become negative. People gossiping about themselves, distrusting themselves, and the team will not work. So as a leader, that's why we've been talking about culture all day, right? You are the one that will determine the dynamics on the team, and everything starts with you. If you don't want people gossiping on the team, don't gossip, right? If you want people to care for one another on the team, you care for them first. Leadership matters a lot in the building of culture. Okay. Something is happening in Lagos, Nigeria on the 23rd and 24th of May. It is the program that we call the Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable. No, it's not going to be as big as Shifts at all. It's a much smaller number. Maybe 50 people, maybe 50, or if we expand it, maximum it can go is 100 people. So I'll ask you to please watch out for the announcement in the next few days. And if you're in the Lagos area or not far from there, then you can quickly snatch your spot, because it's going to be highly interactive, because it's a small number. We arrive on a Friday, we do dinner together, do a lot of networking, and then whole day on Saturday, we have our sessions, right? We have our sessions on leadership. We have the sessions on business. I'll bring in one of my successful friends in the business world, and then we'll have the interactive sessions. We can ask a lot of questions and so on. But most importantly, any leader, anyone who wants to be able to navigate the rapid changes going on around here, you can't afford to go alone. That's the point. So we want to bring smart people into the room, and then we deal with our current issues, but more importantly, we also scan the future and check the things that we should be expecting, the things that if they hit a business, suddenly they can take your business out completely or kill a product or things like that. So please do get ready for that. Whoa. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your positive comments. Thank you, Mark Otudanso. Yes, looking forward to being at the Doulos conference in Accra, just about 2 weeks from now. Next week, Friday, I will be at a business summit organized by the Church of Pentecost. Yeah. When I get the details, I'll put that out on social media. If you live in the Houston area, if you are in the Houston area I am going to be in Houston, Texas this Saturday at the Ultra Shift Conference organized by Dr. Harry Akinola. Amazing gentleman. He's also a leadership coach like myself. And I'm going to join him and Vivian Jokotade. And it's going to be an amazing time out there on Saturday. So you can check online, check on Dr. Harry Akonde's handle. I'm going to put a post out on it likely by tomorrow morning. And if you register, I'm going to put a code there. So if you register and you put my discount code, then you're going to get a discount on the registration. Whoa. Thank you, guys. I see so many questions. Sorry, we ran out of time. But I want to be sure, though, has this been helpful to anyone today? Has this been helpful? If it has been helpful, please type yes. If I get 5 yeses, then I will have an idea that this was really helpful to someone. Okay? Just 5. Oh, thank you, Oluwafemi. Thank you, Kami. Thank you, Ambassador Dr. Stephen Fortress, Fikayo. Oh, I got so many yeses, so many. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. So remember, the seats for the C-suite retreat in Dubai, the seats are almost completely taken because we actually take a maximum of 20 people for that one. So if you really want to join us in Dubai, you've got to snatch your seat fast. And then by all means, get shifts, 6 steps to transform your mindset and elevate your leadership, not only for yourself, but for your friends, for your loved ones, and for your team members. So till we see you again next week, everyone, thank you. I wish you, okay, so don't forget, if you are in North America or you can fly in, then you just want to mark your, your calendar. It's September, right? September 13 in Maryland. Watch out. The spaces are going to be limited. So if you're going to register, you will need to register fast for yourself and for your team. The Dubai event is July 8 to 11. July 8 to 11. The Business and Leadership Accelerator event is 23rd and 24th of May. You want us to do a one-on-one, you want to find out how it works, what it's like, send me an email, info@samadeyemiglc.com. Or please go on my link tree. There's a link in my bio on all my social media platforms. Click there and you'll see what we do. Oh, by the way, we have a community that is smaller than this that we call the Inner Circle. The Inner Circle. So if you go on my link tree, linktr.ee/Samadeyemi, if you go there, you will see the link to the Inner Circle community. When you join that community, you will get immediate access to what we call the 40 Days Leadership Reset Program. 40 short video lectures, 40, right? That will give you a reset so that you can flow with the rest of our community. And then I meet with them every month, right? I meet with that group every month. All the recordings that we've done together, all the sessions, you see them there. You have immediate access. I think it's the smartest decision anybody can make if they want to shift their mindsets. Anyway, thank you. Love you so much, community. Have a beautiful evening, a beautiful night, or a beautiful morning if you're in Australia. To your success. Bye for now.
Hello.
everyone. I am excited to say that we had an amazing time at the C-Suite Leadership Retreat at the Oberoi in Marrakech, Morocco. You know what? The treatment was beyond 5-star. The feedback is just amazing. The content of the discussions, paradigm shifted. Just 2 days, right? And it's been an amazing time of pulling away for C-suite leaders and founders and CEOs. And everybody is going home with a paradigm shift, with new ideas to execute. So I would like to say a big thank you to everyone who's been a part of our C-Suite Leadership Retreat 2024. And it's my pleasure to announce from the 8th to the 11th of July 2025, we'll be having the C-Suite Retreat in Dubai. Everyone who attended this year is signing up to come next year. Some of the people who were not here are already signing up to be there. Our numbers must remain small. So my encouragement, sign up right away. Go on my Linktree and just find the link and sign up right away, because we are so sure that in a very short time, all the slots that we have will be taken. So I look forward to seeing you in Dubai in 2025 to your success.
The C-Suite Retreat